What's up YouTube? This is Shabazz and I'm back with another video. What's up YouTube? My name is Shabazz. I make educational, entertaining, and informative content about CBD, hemp flowers, alternative cannabinoids, cannabis, and cannabis accessories. If that sounds right for you, make sure you go hit that subscribe button. Today, we are going to be looking at some Santa Cruz Shredder products, all right? Namely, the name brand flagship product they have, their 4-piece grinder. Before we get into that though, I gotta give a huge shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. They're keeping the channel going and growing. My channel is not monetized, so I rely on the support of my patrons over on Patreon, everybody who cops my merch, and everybody who shops using my coupon codes and links. Information for all of that will be down on my landing page in the video description and on my website, shabazz420.com. In the cannabis world, when people ask about good grinders, Santa Cruz Shredder generally always pops up in the conversation. If you go on the internet, Googles, to different forums, to Reddit, everything, people ask for like, what's a good grinder that's gonna last me forever? There are 3 or 4 options that people usually always give as responses, and Santa Cruz Shredder is always one of those. So today we're gonna be checking out the classic 4-piece metal Santa Cruz Shredder grinder. This is what everybody talks about. This is their bread and butter. Then we also have one of their hemp grinders as well. And keep in mind, this video is not sponsored or paid for by Santa Cruz Shredder. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. With that being said, okay, not that I have any bias or anything, but I am sort of familiar with some of Santa Cruz Shredder's products. I am a big fan of their hemp plastic products. Now this is their hemp plastic dupe tube. It is very used. It's missing an O-ring because I carry this around me everywhere. When I start the day, I roll up a joint or a blunt or whatever. I throw it in here, toss it in my pocket, my bag, whatever. It's smell proof, waterproof, whatever. And I'm telling you all that, I've been using this for, I don't know, I've been using this every day for like 2 years. I need a new one. We have a new one for me right here. These I can really speak on, okay? Because I've been using this personally for an extended amount of time and it's not let me down. I actually call it the Hemp J tube. I just call this the Hemp Plastic Dupe Tube. They got different colors. This is the plain white plastic. This is my favorite, the cookies blue. And on the dupe tube, you get the Santa Cruz Shredder branding. And if you look at the material, that is plastic that is made out of hemp fiber. Okay, so that plastic is biodegradable. So if you absolutely hate this or you lose it or whatever, toss it out the window. Over some years, it will break down and return back to the earth. Now what's cool about these is it has the 2 O-rings. As you saw, mine only has 1. It has 2 O-rings, which makes it airtight and waterproof, which, like I said, I carry one of these with me everywhere and I have not had a joint be compromised yet. Lots of people make dupe tubes and everything, but in my opinion, these Santa Cruz Shredder ones, they're just the best. It's a biodegradable hemp plastic. They're cheap. They got all the features. They're heavy duty. Like, I can't break this in half if I wanted to. You could probably run this over with a car. It's gonna be perfectly fine, all right? So this is a mandatory, necessary piece of every stoner's kit right here. And something else that I use frequently, and I don't have it with me because I use it, it's in my backpack, which is in my trunk, they're hemp plastic grinders. Now, as y'all have seen here on my channel, I've shown you before on my lives and everything, I carry around a cookies blue that matches with this same cookies blue 2-piece Santa Cruz Shredder grinder. This right here is their 4-piece. I have not tried the 4-piece before. I was looking at these when I got the 2-piece, but I'm like, this looks kind of bulky and I wanted the 2-piece specifically for travel. And travel, do I use it? That cookies blue 2-piece Santa Cruz Shredder grinder, I take it with me everywhere, okay? That's been across the country with me when I'm going to Vegas or Oregon, I'm going to the park, wherever. That is a lightweight grinder that I throw in my backpack for the day's use, okay? It hasn't failed me since, okay? It hasn't failed me. Again, I've been using that for like almost 2 years, all the time. It's great. So here's the 4-piece. So let me see, we got the lid. Here's the actual grinding chamber. I believe this is going to be like a screen, like a keef screen, and then this is gonna be your little keef chamber down here. And like I said, I've never owned one of these before. Santa Cruz Shredder sticker right on top. All right, let's see. So like I said, here's the lid. So there's your main grinding apparatus right there. And look at the grain of the material. It's that same biodegradable hemp plastic. And then here's your second piece, and that actually screws, and that's really nice. So yes, that's just the grinding part. Okay, and then down here, as I predicted, there's a screen, okay? So there's your 3rd piece right there. Pretty good for plastic. All right, and unscrew that unscrews as well. Then we have your keef collection chamber right there on the bottom, just like a traditional grinder, but this is made of hemp plastic. And y'all, when I say plastic, again, keep in mind this is hemp plastic. I would not ever use, not that I haven't before, but I would not ever use today a plastic grinder, a regular plastic grinder. You don't want to be smoking that. Now, I'm not saying that hemp plastic is necessarily safe and okay to smoke, but I'd much rather smoke plastic made out of hemp fibers than just regular old plastic, okay? That's dope. Let's try this out. All right, so we got some sun-grown flower. I picked some really dense, sticky outdoor flower, and we have our hemp plastic grinder. Just break off a few pieces as if we were to be rolling a joint or a blunt. All right, so there we got some sticky, gooey outdoor flour, which is, you know, probably the hardest to grind. All right, we're gonna smush that down on there and give it a couple turns. All right, real smooth action, and that's what it's looking like. All right, we have some residue and stuff up here in the top and the lid. We'll go ahead and bang that out. Okay, untwist that. And there is the majority of our flour right there. And this is CBD flour, y'all. This is hemp. This is completely 100% legal. And the thing with CBD trichomes is that they are a completely different size and consistency of THC trichomes, so they do not really drop a lot of keef. Let's see if we got anything though. Some specks, all right, some tiny little granules. Now, of course, if this was type 1 THC flower, we would have got probably a nice little coating of keef down in that chamber. Again, that's because of the type of flower I'm using and not because of the grinder. All right, let's inspect the grind. Looks fine. Besides the fact that I left a bunch of stem in there, which is my fault, that's ready to go into a joint. Okay, I prefer cones. Let's knock that off the top. And yeah, we did, you know, a little bit more. We could roll ourselves regular size joint or pack a cone. All right, I also want to try this with some indoor flower as well. All right, and again, we have some CBD flower. This is indoor flower though, okay, hydroponically grown. Let's see how the hemp plastic grinder does. All right, there we have the hemp plastic full of indoor. Let's go ahead and get that lid on there. All right, just gonna give it a spin. Flawless. I'm not getting any resistance. It feels like smooth as butter. It's like I hit this with some WD-40 or something before I gave it a spin. All right, there's what the top's looking like. A little bit of residue. There's your internals. All right, nice fine grind, perfect for a joint, is ready to go. Okay, and after that first grind, that's what the grinding apparatus chambers are looking like, and it shakes out pretty easily. And when you grind more flour, all that comes out. Mine hasn't really gotten gunked out. I've never cleaned it, not one time, and it can still spin, okay? And to me, a good grinder is one that A, is not made of carcinogenic materials, and B, can spin and grind and turn for a long time without ever having to clean it, because I don't like cleaning my grinder. Okay, so this is dope. Like I said, I have the 2-piece, this is the 4-piece, and it just comes with that keef collection chamber. That's really dope. I like that. I will definitely be using this. If you want something for on the go, something that's lightweight, this is way lighter than a metal grinder of its same size would be. So that's dope. We got a Santa Cruz Shredder sticker with our order. All right, enough with the hemp plastic though. This is what a lot of y'all came to see, okay? This is the full metal flagship product from Santa Cruz Shredder. This is their 4-piece grinder, and this is the packaging that it comes in, okay? That's a presentation that you get. Open it, pop that right on open. There's your grinder in there. Bam. Brand new, never used. I have never used one of these before, so y'all are gonna see my first reaction and use of a Santa Cruz Shredder 4-piece here right now live. First off, okay, we got the magnetic top. I would expect absolutely nothing less. And that's what your actual teeth are looking like. Pretty standard look, nothing proprietary, I don't think. So there's one piece, there's a second piece. Unscrew that. You have your wire mesh. And that triangle scraper thing is actually in the bottom. Go ahead and unscrew that. Okay, and there's your fourth piece. Comes with a little scraper, and there's your little keef chamber. That mesh is actually, it's a pretty like wide mesh. It's gonna allow a lot of trichomes through there. That's wider than the grinder I use. And to put this in perspective, I'm not just walking around with a plastic hemp grinder all the time. Last year, I got introduced to for the first time, an expensive high-end grinder. So this is my grinder that I use every day, nonstop. And like I said, it's the first time I've had a grinder that wasn't a smoke shop special or an eBay special, okay? All my life, all my grinders were $10, $15, $20 grinders that you got from the swap meet or the smoke shop or on Amazon or whatever. This is my first grinder that's like, you know, up there, it's, you know, close to $100 or whatever. And you could definitely tell the difference on an expensive grinder. So I do have some experience with good quality grinders now. Okay, so again, we're gonna do the same thing, same strain. We have some sticky, dense Oregon sun-grown flower right here. Lots of resin in it. And in my opinion, a good grinder should be able to break down like a lot. Like you should be able to fill up that whole top chamber and then break it down, you know, without seizing up or anything. So that's what I'm basically gonna do. I'm gonna fill up this whole top chamber just like that. All right, we got enough flour in there for a fatty. Let's go ahead and get that lid on there and give it a spin. Oh wow, that's really smooth. Of course, this is brand new, all right? So nothing is ever gonna be like that very first time you spin a brand new grinder. But I will say, just when you use metal grinders, there's always gonna be some type of friction because you're rubbing metal against metal. And this is relatively smooth, okay? Really clean, basically nothing left. All right, so you see how clean that is? And there's all our flour right there. Super clean. Perfect, really fine grind, perfect for a joint right there, okay? And that's real sticky flour too. It broke that down with no issues. That spun real crazy. So there is the Santa Cruz Shredder Classic 4-piece metal, and here's the Santa Cruz Shredder Hemp 4-piece. So obviously this is a little bit more rough, and this is very fine and uniform, but for the price and everything, that actually did a really good job. That's why I'm a fan of these hemp plastic Santa Cruz Shredder grinders. Okay, and again, CBD flour doesn't really drop trikes and keef like type 1 THC flour does, so I'm not surprised at that. Over time, you will get some collection, but off of just, you know, one spin, there's not really anything there. All right, let's also try this out with some indoor. Again, we got the indoor CBD flour. I'm just gonna take from the same nug. All right, load it up. We got it loaded with that indoor flour. Buttery smooth spin. Okay, that's what it's looking like after a round of indoor. All right, that is a grind on the indoor. Wow, and I could just tell already how fine and how soft that is. That's exactly what you want from a good grind, okay? Real fine, real nice, gonna burn really nice in the joint, okay? And that's what the keef catcher is looking like after some indoor. So we actually do get a little bit more keef, a little bit more trichome catchage down in the bottom with the indoor flour. Okay, now obviously the true test of a grinder is how it performs over time. I just got this, I just unboxed it on camera, I just used it for the first time. So obviously in a year from now of heavy use, I could give you a better opinion on how good it really is. But as somebody who has been using cannabis now for many years and have seen plenty of grinders, I will say just the overall build quality and everything, the machining, it seems really good. It seems really good. Now, one thing I'm looking at while I'm going through this is seeing if any of this finish is coming off, okay? Because if any of the finish is coming off, especially right away, that's not cool, okay? That's really not cool because that finish, for example, if any of these teeth, if the finish starts coming off and you're starting to see bare metal, that finish is going into your flour and you're smoking it, and that's not cool, all right? So I don't see anything now. Again, just started using this. Who knows if I use this every day for a month, that might change. Just on overall build quality though, I say it's dope. Am I as blown away as I thought I would be, given how highly these are spoken of and the price point that they're sold at? I gotta say, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, just because I had really high expectations. And this is like, I would say this is just a really nice grinder. This isn't something, but then again, who knows? It might be the type of thing where 2 years down the road, this is still spinning like butter. Okay, so I can't really give a really good judgment call on it on first use. One thing I am curious about, because one thing I do like the grinders can do, is if they're kind of modular, meaning you could take out the screen part, let's see, and turn it into a smaller 3-piece. And I think you can, because as long as that bottom chamber screws in, yes. Okay, so that, to me, that's kind of like a must-have type of trait. Sometimes I don't want the screen mesh or whatever, so that's dope. So it is kind of modular. You can take out this part and just turn it into a more small, compact 3-piece. So for those of y'all who have had one of these grinders for a long time, an extended period of time, you've gotten some really heavy use out of it, let me know down in the comments, is it as good as they say it is? Is it worth the money? You know, is this the very premium product that is made out to be, not really even by Santa Cruz Shredder, but by people in the community? They do all of the marketing for this company for them, because I don't recall ever seeing a Santa Cruz Shredder ad. I just see lots of word of mouth. So let me know, you know, those of y'all who had these for years or something, I really want to know, because just looking at it, it doesn't look that special. It just looks like it's a well-made, regular aluminum grinder. But I could be wrong. I probably am wrong, given the hype that these have. Keep in mind, this stuff is not for anything illegal, okay? I'm not here on my channel trying to promote anything illegal whatsoever. YouTube, this is for legal smoking, herbs, blends, whatever, all right? Hit like if you like the video. Hit me up down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram. I have a new Instagram. Instagram deleted my old Instagram. I had thousands of followers. I'm down to a few hundred. Get me back up there. Also, make sure you go join the new Discord. We have a new moderator team. Everything's great, okay? Everything's going down in the new Discord. Link will be down in the video description, all right? Hit like if you like the video. Hit me up down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you can see when I upload new content. I appreciate each and every one of y'all so much, and I sincerely hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace.